welcome to the Busted Knees and Pretty Trees podcast. Thank you all for coming along. I'm talking to the first timers, the long timers, drive timers, right before bed timers, and when I find timers. Also, Birdman and Manny Fresh. Big timers.
They fly.
We appreciate y'all. Oh, and congratulations to the
Seattle Seahawks
football team. Today is more of a superb owl day, though, and if you're one of our long timers, you'll be happy to know we're releasing the bird numbers. It's been quite some time since Brad and Patrick started their birding lifeless semi-competitive bird-off challenge. I have many questions about what it took to become so keen of eye and ear after only being hatchling birders such a short time ago.
I know we had a ranking system, journeyman.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't remember where I ended up, where any of us were.
Takes a while to get up and rank after.
Yeah.
You know,
We'll re-rank after this because I got a feeling Brad stepped up a couple notches.
Yeah, and I think we probably need to have Chad's input on our ranking status.
Well,
Okay.
So we're not going to have a promotion ceremony this show. I am Travis White. Over there, the raging kettlebone himself, Paddy Richardson. And of course, Papa's got a brand new camera, Bradley Greer.
Yeah, well, both of us have brand new cameras.
Oh, yeah.
Well, mine's
Brand new to you.
New to me, yeah. That's how you say it.
Yeah.
You bought Brad's and Brad bought a new one that's an upgrade.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
get into that. I would like to share my story because Brad and I were talking the other day. We both kind of went through the same adventure, and I think it would behoove probably most other photographers of wildlife to understand that you might be going through the same shit as well.
Yeah.
You know, you brought up a bunch of questions that I didn't have on my list about the whole camera aspect of it. So, yeah, I'm going to find that interesting.
Hey, the News Panther. This is the intro. I shut my eyes generally and I listen to Travi just make smooth butter in my ears. And then the News Panther just gets me like, all right, dude, we're in. I think it's the loud Walt Panther roar that really does it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I got to pay attention. This might be a trivia question in the future.
Let's go, dude.
All right. This one, some of you may have seen in the news, in the popular news. It's kind of out there in the zeitgeist.
Pop news.
Ooh, is that the word of the day?
Yeah.
Zeitgeist is now cool.
On January 24th, 2026, on the Hawaiian island of Hawaii, the volcano Man.
Is that the big one?
I practiced this so many times.
Is the big island
Yeah.
Hawaii?
It's also known as the Big Island. I did have that in my notes because that's how I've always heard it called, the Big Island. The volcano Kilauea experienced episode 41 of an eruption that started on December of 2024. So it's been this single eruption's been going on for over 2 years now.
And there's been
41 episodes.
41 like events where it's just spewing it out.
Yeah. Yep.
Whoa.
Is this like a blast it to the sky kind of thing?
Yeah,
a lava?
Lava just shooting out everywhere.
Hell yeah.
A lot of the info, I read a few different articles about this, but the website SF Gate has a great article because they kind of follow a couple that were there to watch it. It kind of follows them through their day and how it went. And there's a ton of really cool photos of like people around posted up around the outside.
Damn.
Taking videos and stuff.
Awesome. How far are they? How far are they away?
We'll get into that.
Oh, okay.
First, a little bit about the Big Island. It has 3 active volcanoes, 2 of which are partly located within Hawaii Volcanoes National Park.
Okay.
So it has 5 total, 3 active, 1 extinct, and 1 dormant. The dormant one is the tallest mountain in the world. That is Mount Kia, rising 3,300 feet from its seafloor base to its highest peak.
Oh, geez. That seems like they're measuring
What's
from
the
the
seafloor
ground.
base?
So the seafloor base is every continent has a continental shelf, right?
Okay.
And then that continental shelf eventually drops steeply, and then the ocean floor levels out. That's the seafloor base. Another word for it is the abyssal plain.
Abyssal plain. That's the fucking answer, yo.
I saw this one
So
map.
there's kind of a flatter area of, say, the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
That's what they consider.
Yeah.
The abyssal plain.
Because even say the Marianas Trench, they measure that in feet below the seafloor plain, the abyssal plain. And it's so if you look at like a map
Now we know.
that they have of the Earth, kind of like laid out flat, and it has the different colors for depth. You'll see, say, like if bluish purple is like the deepest part and like red's a high point, you see the coastline of every continent. And then at a certain point, it basically goes through all the colors of the rainbow down to like purple in a very short span where the continental shelves just drop off.
Yeah.
And since Hawaii's not part of a continent, this mountain rises off of that abyssal plain, seafloor plain, and that's zero. It is kind of like once it makes a noticeable slope change to where it rises, that's where they're counting like the base of the mountain. But this is a very hotly contested topic in geology.
Oh, I'm not sold 100%.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like
Benjamin Totillo, if you're listening, this is question number one for you, brother.
It seems like a lot of I read something.
I've heard geologists are they could be kind of dickheadish about things. We may not want to talk about this.
I want to. And also, this is the neatest news story you've ever done already. For some reason, it's blowing my mind. Maybe because it's a Sunday morning, I don't have that Friday lag from work.
Yeah.
You lag on Fridays?
Like, you're no matter what, at least at my work, dude, I'm kind of brain drained. So I'm picking myself back up, or like right now I've had Saturday to kind of be like, dude, I'm just having fun. I'm letting loose. And now we're here on a Sunday morning for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, a little behind the scenes. We normally record on Friday nights.
Yeah.
And now this week we're recording on Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. But this is sweet because I am embarrassed to admit that the amount of times where I'm like throwing on deodorant in the morning and brushing my teeth and stuff, that this comes into like from the back of my brain to the front of my brain. And I think like, where is the bottom? An embarrassing amount of times. So for you to be answering this question for me is going to set my early morning mind at ease.
It's not answered.
The abyssal plain is answering.
I'm thinking you got a mountain that's coming up, and there's going to be a little erosion that happens, and it's going to spread the base of that out further.
Right.
And so you can't start measuring from there.
Yeah, because even at the bottom of the continental shelves, the cliff, it's full of sediment from stuff falling off the shelf down to the bottom. So it does have like a little pile where it fades out, kind of its own little...
That doesn't count.
How do you know?
Because like a rock fall doesn't count as just because it came from a mountain doesn't mean that you can be like, well, rock falls 30 yards away from the bottom of this mountain. Now this is the new bottom and add 30 yards.
But this is over millions of years.
So here's this is what like one of the things said that I looked at.
Still debating this then?
It said,
damn.
It said this is where it gets at where geology stops being tidy and starts being ... debatable.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways, so one last fun fact about the island: the volcano Kilauea is believed to house the goddess of volcanoes and fire named Pele, who is believed to be the creator of the Hawaiian Islands.
Pele?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So scientists are able to predict these eruptions. So there was a lot of people, like the one story on SFgate said that people extended their vacation by 3 days because geologists said that there's going to be an eruption. Like, it's kind of crazy because it sounds like
dirt.
It kind of sounds like they are able to know within a pretty tight time period of when it's going to erupt.
What do they measure? Do they measure like earthquake?
That I didn't get into. I'm not sure.
Seismic action.
Seismic. There we go.
So
I would definitely, if I was going to go 4 days before that and I knew, or a week before that, probably a month before that. Like if I had plans to go to Hawaii this year and I could wait it out, I would wait it out and plan my, be like, oh, well, they think it's coming. I'm going.
Well, let me tell this story about this eruption and see if what you think.
Oh, is it nasty?
So,
that was based off the concept of what you're saying earlier,
Yeah.
where there's people taking photos.
So people are posted, and some of these overlooks are pretty close, and they're like established overlooks, like with trails and parking lots nearby and stuff.
Right.
It started erupting. It looked like there was small rocks just floating in the sky, and it looked kind of weird. And it's because it's something called tephra, which is a rock fragment composed of ash, pumice, and volcanic glass. So it's not like a solid rock. It's almost like
It's very porous.
Yeah. So these started falling on around where everyone's at. And it started off golf ball size, and then it kept getting bigger and bigger. And eventually they were like
Damn.
basketball size rocks falling. So everybody started running back to their cars to get out of there. The NPS actually started telling people, okay, like we're shutting this down. Everybody leave. They had something called the Volcano House on the national park's grounds. And you can go into I don't know if I meant to look this up. I don't know if the Volcano House is a structure that can handle that kind of stuff falling on it and it's safe to be in there. But that's where they're telling everyone to go. So I kind of assume it is. But it has huge viewing windows and you're like overlooking the eruption. It looked really cool from inside the Volcano House.
Fuck yeah.
That SFK
man.
article has a photo of it. Oh, one guy did get hit in the hand by one of these pieces of tephra. And the glass in it, the volcanic glass, it's referred to as Pele's hair. And it's long, thin strands of glass that have sharp ends and it acts like splinters when it hits you.
Ugh,
So that glass just like breaks and splinters off under your skin.
I need to get one.
And this dude's hand looked pretty gnarly. There were people there. There was like a little kid holding up a piece of it. And so people, I guess, I don't know if you're allowed to take it, but people were.
Whoa. Yes, I'd still go.
Okay. I think,
Yeah.
and this was the first time during this eruption cycle that the NPS had to close the overlooks down. But people still like didn't pay attention and people were out everywhere taking photos and videos. And
I don't know if I wouldn't pay attention. Like I would, if the NPS was like, get to the Volcano House, I'd be
Yeah.
like, where the fuck is this house? Let's go, dude.
drop
I'm
a pin
in.
on my phone.
Yeah, let's roll.
But because there was like trail closed signs, but people were just walking around them. And there's a few different ways to get to be able to see it through different routes. Like there's some kind of military, I don't know if it's like a base, but some military location where I don't know if only military people can get through, but people were going through that to get to it. And the Park Service, like as we know, has most national parks are short on staff right now.
Yeah.
And so they didn't even have, which like the NPS said, we knew this was happening. So we had enough people here, like the same amount of people that we normally always have.
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. Check out the website because like there's a lot of cool photos. Like there's they have a dude playing golf and trying to finish his round, and the golf course is just littered with volcanic rock everywhere.
Gosh.
Whoa.
And he's just out there like swinging his club. It's kind
Like
of crazy.
that's how close we like to butt up against these natural
Yeah.
like disasters just waiting to happen.
yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Oh,
One
yeah.
day.
Yeah, Yellowstone's gonna happen.
Man, I love volcanoes.
I think this made me want to go there.
Oh.
It looks super cool.
I think it would be, I don't know where it's from, like Norway, Sweden, something like that. Those volcanoes up there that are just never ending.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude.
I noticed
that
everybody-
would just be so cool.
Everybody had umbrellas over them.
Yeah, because there's volcanic ash and
Yeah.
rock landing on you.
And I don't want to be
Hey.
Travis White killed by volcano. Actually, that sounds kind
That'd be
of
cool.
Sounds
That sounds
badass,
kinda cool.
dude.
It'd be Travis White Rockhounder.
Yo,
Killed by volcano.
killed by volcanic
Killed by
rock.
basketball-sized rock that fell out of a volcano.
Hey, two things really quick. The San Francisco gate, the SF gate, that media outlet is fucking balling.
Yeah.
Like they are just on it.
Yeah, they really are.
They do a lot
Shout
of
out to
nature
SF
stuff.
Gate, dude. They're killer. But the second kind of question I have is, since we're talking about volcanoes and we were off air, I think one episode talking about this, you have to choose one: Dante's Peak with Pierce Brosnan or Volcano with, I believe, Tommy Lee Jones.
Ooh.
Which one you going with? Which 90s flick you going with?
I gotta go Tommy Lee.
I think Tommy Lee sells it for me.
Dude, Dante's Peak, though? I'm going Dante's Peak.
Hey, I don't dislike Pierce. He's my 007.
He's my 007.
I almost think Dante's Peak had a better story with it that went along with it.
Yeah, it wasn't just a
But Tommy
Texas
Lee
Ranger or something
Jones
like that he always
did.
plays. Like, I mean, it's great, but Dante's Peak, woo.
Yeah, good stuff.
Anyway, we have another fun episode. This is finally the end of the birding competition that Brad and I signed up for almost 10 days from now, 1 year ago.
Is it really the end though?
No, we're actually just getting like everything we three do. I think we're just getting more into it.
Yeah.
But it's opened up a door. It's opened up windows to just another lifestyle that Brad and I have not necessarily thought that we would live, but here we are. And I think it's going to be a fun one.
What's the difference between a door and a window?
There's smaller ones made fully of glass. I don't know.
We closed a window and opened a door.
This house is
A window opportunity and a door opportunity. What's the diff?
This birding house that Brad and I live in is early spring. Mama's opening up the windows and the doors, letting all that old air out.
Is there
New
an
air in.
apple pie cooling that baby off?
Oh, yeah.
Baby. God dang, I can't wait for early spring. Anyway, let's get fucking into this, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, fellas. Let me set the table here. Patrick, you and Brad about over what you said 10 days ago. It was a year when you guys started your birding challenge.
10 days from now, February 17th,
Oh, okay.
2025, we officially kicked off with the burden deal, the burden challenge.
Or 7 days after this episode releases.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the challenge was you both start at 0 and you start the birding life list from there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then who could take a photo?
Well, yeah.
We added photography
Oh,
to it.
okay.
How many? Yeah, it's not just our birding list. It's how many photos of different birds did we get?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they had to be recognizable. I think we said Merlin had to identify it, be able to identify
I think we
it
might
or
have said that
something.
as well.
And then Chad was like the tiebreaker.
Yeah. But
Judging
for the
by-
most part, we just agreed. We're just like, that counts.
It was friendly.
I do,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I do have a funny thing that I did. So I got really organized in my photos. So I had a folder on my computer where there was a folder like American Robin. Then the American Robin goes in that folder, and then a folder for every bird that I had. And one day, finding hard drive space becomes a challenge pretty quickly with large photos. And I like right now I have, I think 30,000 photos on my, and I have like 10 terabytes of external hard drives and shit.
Jumping jacuzzi
So,
shit.
so trying to like save space, I realized I was importing a JPEG photo and a raw photo for each photo that I was taking, and I don't use the JPEGs. So I just went to my top level folder where all the photos were and searched .jpeg and then deleted all of them. Well, every single bird photo that I had in those individual folders were JPEGs, and I deleted all of them.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like I still have them all on my computer, but I'd have to go through all like 20, 30,000 photos and get each bird back in the folder.
Dang.
I can't believe I did it. Like, it was the dumbest thing ever.
R.I.P. to all that data.
Yeah.
Well, how's your storage situation, Patrick?
Not that bad. I will start experiencing it now. One of the big things, and we'll talk about this further later, but what was getting a different camera. So where I would like now, I'm starting to get into the world of bird photography more than I am the birding thing now. Like Brad was going, we've talked about Brad's passion for the photography side of it.
How it slowly kind of leaned more the other way.
Yeah, which I will never be like a Brad competitor in terms of bird photography. Like I still don't have that drive, but
Brad's out for blood.
well, and money, sales, dude, and which is great. But mine is not that filled. Like I would literally have one picture of one bird on my hard drive. So where Brad is 10 terabytes, I'm like pushing like 1,000 megabytes.
Well, I don't have 10 terabytes of photos. I just have that much hard drive space now.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you deleted all of them.
Yeah. I have maybe like 2 or 3 terabytes worth of photos.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to get into any more.
Okay.
This is about birding.
I'm pretty excited for this episode, though, that we've stuck with it to the most part.
Yeah,
For the most
so
part.
let's give the counts.
I'll start
Do we
because
have a drum roll or a whoop-de-doo?
whoop-de-doo. Yeah, I have a hoop-de-doo.
And I wish you guys wouldn't have told me your counts. I would have liked to guess.
What would you have guessed for mine?
No idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known either.
The record for a big year is like 500 something. When you lower 48 big year of birding, where you're you're driving overnight for 20 hours because a bird was seen in a location to get.
Yeah.
This is just a year-long challenge?
Yeah, it's like a thing that happens.
Yeah.
It's not a life list.
There's a really, really funny, good documentary on YouTube called Listers, where it's 2 brothers doing this and they've never birded before in their life. And you learn a lot about it, and it's super fun. Like
I'm watching it this afternoon.
yeah, they're like half-hearted, like what's the word? Like they're making fun of it, but
Like a parody.
they're also like enjoying it. Like it's
Right.
what's the like good-natured ribbing kind of thing.
Good old-natured ribbon, huh?
Yeah.
Well, so where I ended for the year was 112 species photographed. Yep. And as that awesome sound effect that Brad put in, I lost the competition.
And that's your context for what 112 means, I guess.
112. I still think 112 was good,
I
but
think
Yeah,
then
that's
that's a
pretty
shitload.
good.
but
Yeah, that's a bunch.
Brad took it to another, what would you call it? Stratosphere?
Well, yeah, just happening to go to Corpus Christi this year, that added like 50 or so right there.
Oh, yeah.
So where did you end up then?
It had a little more exotic location.
And I imagine you have a sound effect lined up for yours, dickhead.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Right.
I'm at 197.
Wow.
97.
190. Okay, and that goddamn sound effect.
How do you feel about being 3 short of 200?
Oh, it's driving because I've been at 196 since end of October, beginning of November. And I got one more since then. And that was just like in preparation for this, I was going through Merlin,
Yeah.
seeing what's in the area right now. And I noticed that I didn't have trumpeter swan. And I know I have photos and saw trumpeter swans all year, a couple times. So I added that. And that's the only reason I've gotten one more since like the end of October. It's been driving
Wow.
me nuts.
Man,
Well, not that I also with that, I guess like now I've learned more. Like I don't really care about. It's cool to like have something to go after, like a number, but I also don't. That's not going to break my heart if I at 197 forever.
Yeah, because you've kind of, throughout your journey in this, you've really picked up the photography side of it.
Yeah, because now
I
I'm doing.
imagine you're just like, who cares? I want the cool shot.
And
I'll take 400 pictures of the same cardinal. I just want that one good cardinal photo.
Well, some of my favorite photos are not bird photos either. So
Right, yeah, yeah.
Like, a couple, like I just got a really cool deer photo.
I'm glad you're kind of reaching out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I ended up buying Brad's camera, like we said, but I'm in it for the numbers. I think it's going to be fun to see that climb over the span. So what I will admit that now that I feel like I kind of like jump started myself like a little fast into the birding world like that.
Burn hot and fast.
Yeah, and like I didn't know a lot. I mean, if you remember back in the day, I only had like one battery from like January to whatever, February to whatever, and like I could go out for literally 30 minutes and take like 10 photos, and then I had to leave, and Brad could stay out.
We'd get like halfway down the trail.
Yeah,
Patrick. I think I have photos of Patrick walking away from me,
just like kicking rocks and stones, and hearing a bird be like, "Fuck you, bird, man," like, whatever. So like I've just learned so much that like this year now I deleted my bird list, my life list from Merlin. I deleted all my photos, which were like 40 or 112.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to this year knowing what I know.
So having been doing this a year now, like what do you guys, I don't want to say like advice, maybe something that you've come away with. I guess doing this quote unquote challenge for the year.
Well, I'm sure Brad has more, so I'll go ahead and start with that. But so mine is like the appreciation for my area that I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I would have gone down to Sweeney Park and been just like sitting there for the amount of times that I did if I wasn't like paying attention to birds and hearing that there were birds in this area. Eagle Marsh, like my son and I and my wife and I would go to Eagle Marsh like often-ish, but throughout the nice weather of this time, I was out at Eagle Marsh like every other day. So that was fun. Lindenwood is not that far from my house, especially, and I was there a lot. So it was fun to like, for me, it was just nice to get like into the area that I was at and really understand like, oh, there's a lot more than just like walking really quick through the park. You know?
I think the birding thing kind of, that opened my eyes to how many nice little parks and stuff there are in Fort Wayne within a short drive's distance.
Yeah, and probably anywhere. When you start going local parks, like there's probably a place everywhere that you could just go post up and see some really neat stuff if you just look.
Well, and that's like I've realized that when you're paying attention, like always on the lookout for birds and whatever, like you kind of lose yourself in the environment.
Right.
It might sound cheesy, but you kind of like you aren't thinking about anything else except for what's happening around you. And it's super nice. It's almost like meditative. Like it's
like
super
when we
nice.
go
I
backpacking.
Agree. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, there's one goal and one goal only, and that's where your brain has to be.
Yeah,
dude. Question, because I'm really pissed that I deleted my bird list before this episode like an idiot.
Yeah,
but I got a little gun happy on New Year's Eve day, and I was like, "No,
burning
dude, I'm starting
evidence
the new
sounds
year,
like
I'm
it.
getting rid of it."
He didn't want us to be like, "Hey, let us see your bird list."
Let's see the.
Well,
checklist.
I do still have one photo of each bird that I took of on my hard drive, but like everything else, I was saying, like I was like Brad, where I had a cormorant file, and every photo that I took of a cormorant that year, I put in that file, and it was just like, this is like, who cares?
We're gonna have to run those through an AI detector.
Yeah, no shit, no shit. Like, although you guys won't be fooled, I'll be fooled. But what was your biggest surprise kind of bird? Like you're out, you get a photo of a bird. Because here's one of the things that I noticed that like I historically throughout my life, and even as I was progressing through the year, I would walk down Eagle Marsh, the main path.
Yeah.
And I would see a boatload of, in my mind, I was like, fucking another sparrow. and you're just like, dude, how many sparrows could they be? And then you like took a photo of it and ran it through Merlin, and Merlin was like, oh, it's this. And then you did a little bit more research, like, holy fuck, that's another sparrow, like a swamp sparrow, for instance, not a field sparrow. So what I'm curious about is like, what is your biggest like surprise bird where maybe like you thought it was something else and then Merlin told you it was this, and you're like, shit, I didn't just see another goldfinch. This is a different thing.
I think that it's happened definitely a couple times. One of the most recent ones was, it happens with hawks a lot, because I still have a hard time seeing a hawk and saying 100% that's a Cooper's hawk. Like red tails, I can. Like a few of them, bald eagle, I can. But they're like, this time I saw a Merlin, which is, I think, it's kind of rare. Like they're not everywhere. And I got a really good look at him, really good photos of him. But
it's a hawk?
Yeah. But in the moment, I thought it was like I can't remember what I thought it was, because I was messaging Chad back and forth. And I think he thought it might have been kind of random that it was a Merlin. But it was like I got good a lot. He was just on a branch pretty high up, and just I walked underneath of him. The trail went underneath where he was perched, and he was just watching me the whole time, like didn't fly away. And so I got good photos of like every angle of it. And then I kept like comparing my photos to online, like the like Merlin and stuff. And like, sure enough, it was a Merlin. And
damn,
it's always kind of cool.
Was your heart racing?
Yeah, kind of.
And then I was going to ask, does your heart race?
Like, it's kind of exciting.
Oh, mine certainly does. I think it's going to, maybe with the new camera gear that I have, I think it's going to make it a little bit easier the more I'm learning. Whereas my old bridge camera, if you're standing 30 feet away, you have to have that camera zoomed all the way in to get any shot at getting that bird in focus, and then also no blur and everything. So that bird moves a quarter inch, and that's out of your frame.
Yeah.
So you're trying to find it again. So there's certain, because it's fun. And then the photography angle of it pushes you to have that. And then especially being in this challenge, to have the proof. Like, so you don't want to see this.
I gotta get this shot.
See this bird and be like, I can't fucking count it because I don't have a photo.
And then when it turns out to be like a good, sharp image, like everything about it's really good, and then it's even more of a like, I got a badass photo too.
I agree.
You ever had a moment that just pissed you off?
Especially when it's something that I have no idea what it is,
like on your camera.
Yeah, we'll see it in real life, because I'll usually have my binoculars too, and I'll be going back and forth, and you can't, I have no idea what that is. It even happened to me and Chad a couple weeks ago when we were looking for that pine grosbeak.
Yeah.
And we saw something and we have no idea what it was. Like, even Chad didn't know. And we think it was just kind of a weird color.
You couldn't get a good picture?
And all my photos were blurry because it was on the ground. And when something's on the ground pretty far away, it's a lot more harder to get it in focus.
Yeah. It's because there's all sorts of other shit in the way.
Yeah. But then there's times, like with my heart racing, there was a time where Eagle Marsh had two eaglets, bald eagles this year. And by the time they were flying around, like, we had gone on a kayak trip. And once they leave the nest, they don't stick around very long. Like, the parents kick them out of the area, the territory. And the week we were on the kayak trip and I came back and they were like gone already. And I had been taking photos of them in their nest, like all the way through the spring. And then I was pissed because I was like, fuck, man, I like didn't even get to see them flying.
That is a bummer.
But then
like, you help raise them, you know?
Yeah. I documented their because that was.
You give it to the eagle parents and be like, here's a yearbook.
Now, if you could help me set up perfect where you're catching a fish right in front of me, that would be great.
In payment.
Yeah. But we were so I was out there with Sarah one day and we saw both of them flying around.
Nice.
And then when I was taking photos of them, like 30 yards away, an osprey dove into the water and caught a fish.
Let's go.
And I got all of it on camera.
Let's go.
And that's one where by the time that everything was gone and like settled down, I was like, holy shit, that was crazy.
That's awesome, dude. That's an adventure.
Yeah. So yeah, that's That's what
Your biggest surprise.
definitely, yeah, that was pretty wild.
I don't know if, I definitely don't have a story like that, but I think my biggest surprise bird this year was the black vulture.
Oh, yeah.
I told you off air that was going to be my choice. And it was fun because we just went to the BWIAB in Ohio. And then Bazzy and Brad and I cruised from there down to the backpacking festival in Damascus, Virginia, where you were. And then, and it was when we were leaving, Brad, the whole time down there, if Brad took a photo in the car, then I could count it as well. So even while we were at BWIAB, I would drive, and we had a nice little
sportsmanship.
Oh, it was a sweet system. It was fun too because Brad could jump out of the car, and I knew when to stop. Like it was pretty fun, dude. And Bazzy was in the back, like like using both windows. It was so fun. But as we're driving back from the backpacking festival, like in the mountain road, still like in Damascus area. There was two black vultures on the side of the road eating roadkill. And Brad was like, I think that was because we were driving and it was also a mountain road. So you didn't know what was tooling down the road on either side.
Yeah.
But we ended up going back and getting a couple photos of it. And Bazzy was still using my phone to take photos. So it was just, it was that was a surprise to me.
Yeah.
You guys were doing anything to get a good shot when we were down there.
Oh,
it was fun, dude.
That's part of the fun too now is anytime you go somewhere new, there's new things to see. Like you in advance looking up what's going to be there, what do I have a chance to see? And it's always something different everywhere you go.
I think one of the big premises of this podcast is just trying to get enough information to people that maybe they're not backpackers or hikers, but they're geologists or rock hounds, or maybe they want to get into the world of birding, or maybe they want to go be in conservation.
Yeah.
And it's just this whole kind of underlying understanding of this podcast that we want to get people out there, and birding is most certainly that. It's helped us for sure, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, I haven't been keeping count, but I do enjoy identifying birds and listening. I've been kind of thinking more like the rhythm of like throughout the day of insects and animals and birds and just what you hear at different times of day.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. So there's all sorts that go. So when I'm not looking, I got a little downtime from rockhound, and I like to do that stuff.
So what's your favorite? Do you have a most unexpected bird? Like, and I'm not talking like seen. Like, obviously seeing bald eagles and then an osprey diving into the water. Like, that's pretty unexpected. I'm not talking that. I'm talking more like in bird identification. Do you have an unexpected bird?
Yeah. There's I saw a scarlet tanager, and I had no idea what it was. And it's bright red, like super bright red. And out of the corner of my eye, I just thought it was a cardinal.
Yeah.
And then I kept looking for it. And then once I started looking closer, it had black wings.
Yeah.
And then this was like early on where I would always see so many things and have no idea it was something that ever existed on the earth. And seeing a scarlet tanager was like, it's such a bright, vibrant red. It was crazy.
That
super
is
cool.
awesome.
Like brighter than a cardinal?
Yeah. It's more like not neon bright, but like it was like just a brighter tone.
Yeah.
It was super cool.
Where were you?
I was actually at Lindenwood.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I saw one and the same thing happened. I was at Solomon, and I initially thought it was a cardinal.
If you see me posted up outside your back door this year, know that it's because I'm fighting for another birding list. I always feel weird going to Solomon because it feels like Brad's backyard, so I don't want Brad to like roll and be like,
picking his birds,
taking his spot. Yeah,
oh, man.
Yeah, he'll see that I post on eBird like something rare, and he'll be out there the next day looking for
I
me.
mean, you want to, but also it feels strange.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Mockingjay for mine.
Yeah.
That was, we went down for Bazzy's last year spring break. We went down to DC, those areas we talked about it. And there was one afternoon we were just sitting at a table in one of these little towns in Virginia. having, I think, like a little lunch.
I think the mockingjay is a bird from the Hunger Games.
Oh, shit. Oh, not the mockingjay, the mockingbird. Sorry.
Yeah.
The mockingbird. Yes. Sorry.
That one went right over my
You know
head,
what's
and
crazy?
it's believable.
What's crazy is I just started listening to the Hunger Games series, so that makes sense that I got that. But yeah, the mockingbird. Sorry, it was across the street in a bush, and I noticed it had like a really, really long tail compared to other birds. I was going to say jays again,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It was just cool. That was unexpected. I was just sitting at a table in the middle of this little Virginia town and saw a mockingbird.
Was it being really loud? Like calling a lot?
Yeah, what's crazy is that like when it started to call, I was like I think the mockingbird has a song that even if you're not into birds or birding or nothing about that world, you might still know the mockingbird song.
Don't
Yeah.
describe it with words. Describe it with
Sound?
sound.
I don't know if I could do that. I'm happy to try dialect
think-
or not dialect, but
I think I took
Accents.
I think I took a video of one when I was in Texas, and I'll see if I can post that on my Instagram. So if you want to watch it and hear it,
yeah,
go to my
hey,
Instagram.
there you go.
Is there-
Also, your mockingbird came at the, we were sitting in a parking lot.
Yeah,
on our-
Bojangles.
yeah, Bojangles.
And it was on a
Just random.
Bojangles sign.
Yeah.
Like their
That's
street
kinda
I
sign.
fun.
pointed it out for Brad. Another sign of just us working
Yeah.
together was I was like, I think that's a mockingbird.
Yeah.
And Brad was like, go what?
So some of the birds just come to you. Are there any birds you over this past year that you really wanted to see but just couldn't get the lens on them
Yeah. Well, for me,
or eyeballs?
for me, it's still a wild turkey.
Oh man.
No shit.
Yeah, it was a long running kind of rib that Brad and I both had for a long time. And okay, going back to that battery story, this is when I had 2 batteries. Okay, so I haven't quite progressed to 3 and then 4, but I had 2 batteries and I was in Lindenwood, and they have a part in the back of Lindenwood where the fence is broken and knocked down. And I'm walking by there just kind of doing whatever. And there's a wild turkey like 10 feet in front of me.
Yeah.
I pull up my camera, battery's dead. I stand still, and the wild turkey is kind of walking in the other direction, like walking away from me. And I like casually but speedily put in my next battery, dead. So I never got a photo of a wild turkey.
Damn. And I just saw like 30 of them the other day at
Well,
Money.
and everyone in Indiana are like, oh, they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
How do you not
Yeah.
get one? I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's just the one thing that I've just have not been able to.
I think I saw more wild turkeys this year than I've ever seen in my life.
Same here.
Remember I sent you guys the video? There
Yeah.
were like 100 of them
Oh, yeah.
up in the top of
Yeah.
the trees,
Yeah.
just freaking gobbling away.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to get one of those. Like you need to start carrying a turkey call.
No.
I'm pretty sure I heard gobbles yesterday too when I was out. And I looked for him. I
It's
couldn't
just
find him.
one. When I don't have my camera, I'll see one. Like, it's not like I don't see them.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just to get the photo proof of it. I
Uh-huh.
didn't.
Yep.
Mine was a rose-breasted grosbeak.
They're in my backyard.
Yeah, like I've heard them
That's
when
so
I'm
crazy.
out, and I've never been able. Like I haven't even like actually put my eyes on one, which is what's crazy. Like
That is crazy.
all spring and summer, I heard them. I've seen an evening grosbeak, like I've seen other grosbeaks, but I've never seen the one that should be the easiest. To
You
see.
won't bless us with a call either?
No, but it was. I think when Chad was first on, he said it was one of his favorite calls.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought you would say owl.
That's,
I thought you were going to
yeah.
say owl too.
That's probably
Considering it wasn't an owl in your favorite?
yeah. That
Yes.
probably is the bigger one than the grosbeak.
Yeah.
'Cause I've-
damn.
The thing for me and owls is until I start traveling to see an owl, like we were talking earlier, where you get a phone call and somebody sees a snowy owl or gray horned
Yeah.
owl or whatever owl, gray owl,
A boreal.
whatever, and then you like
Boreal
drive
owl.
to that location to get a photo of that owl that's been sitting there. I don't have the technology to even get a photo of. So in terms of like our challenge, I don't know if I even have the technology to get a
Oh,
photo of an
yeah.
owl if it's not like anywhere between dusk and dawn
Yeah.
and I'm getting, and it's just sitting there. But generally, they're not.
So it's
hard.
not only is it just how rare they are to be seen, you got to get a picture of them.
That's
Which
right.
Makes it doubly as hard.
That's right.
And they're the coolest thing to get photos of, I think. Like
Well, when I
that's a
do
pretty
see
cool
photos
one.
of them, they're BA.
Yeah.
I just think you
I don't think
go.
I've ever seen a picture of an owl that isn't cool.
Right.
Just because owls are awesome.
Trust me, I'll take one when I see one.
And it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool.
What are there any gear mistakes? Like you tried getting a certain loadout for when you're out birding that you like messed up?
I don't know if I messed up.
Well, what do you take in the first place, do you think? What's the basics?
Well,
of
like I
birding
just
gear?
put in a $200 order on Amazon. I mean, like now that I have this new thing, like I'm in. So there's
It's hard,
I don't
dude.
know if, well, when it comes to the camera and the body, then that's obvious. That's obvious. But birders don't necessarily have to take photography. I mean, there are photos of birds.
Is it really temperature related mostly?
No.
No, it's only in the way of like needing more water if you're going to be sweating a lot. But it's more just having all the, like, I want to be able to have my binoculars handy, have my camera handy, have like a snack, have a water bottle. It's hard. So it's hard finding a bag. For me, it was like the journey to find a bag.
Your marker for signatures, autographs?
I would agree. The bag came up like a lot. Like I've been through the fanny pack, the larger fanny pack, like that Patagonia one.
I think I have 3 different size fanny packs.
Yeah. And then,
you wear them at the same time?
No.
No,
Like just trying to find the right one.
the right size, what's going on.
Like it'll fit a binocular, it'll
Right.
fit a couple batteries.
Right. But so, yeah, I would say that I now that I've got this camera, like one of the first things I thought was like tripod or monopod. So I understand where Brad was at there.
And I have both.
Yeah, because and I would assume I will eventually be.
Yeah.
Also, you and I are pretty geared. Or like if Travis got into bird photography, I don't think Travis would give a fuck about any of this.
Yeah.
He would 10 years from now, Travis will come into like all the equipment and be like, dude, you're never going to believe this. But I just got a tripod and a backpack. Be like, yeah, no shit, dude. He's like, I've been using JanSport this whole year, my whole life, dude. But
You guys heard of Osprey?
so I most certainly believe it. It is just that I like the gear and I like the research and I like watching review videos. And the amount of times I've watched lens gear review, it's insane. So I would say pack. I would say like only having like one big mistake I've made throughout this year is just having a camera and having just like the normal Nikon strap, and around my neck, where if I would have just spent like $50 to $100 more, you could get a tripod, post up in a place right outside of a lake or a pond and take photos into that thing all day long. But, I just didn't know. I just didn't really know enough to make, I think it comes down, if I'm speaking out loud, I'm thinking out loud.
Okay.
I think it comes down to like comfort. Like when you first start into a hobby, you don't like when I started backpacking, I bought all this gear that I was uncomfortable in, but I thought that was the world of backpacking.
Yeah.
And then you get into it more and you realize, oh, there's amenities with these certain things that you could get this really nice pack that sits off your back 3/4 of an inch so you don't sweat, and it has really great shoulder straps and all these pockets and all that stuff. And I think birding world, like most hobbies, are just the same things. You end up getting the thing that makes your hobby more accessible, more comfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because a lot of people that just run binoculars, they'll have like a harness set up for the binoculars. Just
Yeah.
like there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, there is. It's not
Yeah, I get it.
surprising though.
I'm not trying to hold on to those things all day.
Right, yeah.
Well, and there's like with cameras in that camera or bin world, there's slings, there's backpacks, there's harnesses, there's the longer straps that go like cross body. There's just the neck straps,
Wrist straps.
wrist straps.
Hell, there's probably an ankle strap.
Hell, there probably is.
I understand tying things down.
Yeah.
You see how tight my pack was?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Good call.
So we talked a lot about like how much time we've been spending in local parks. Do you think you feel like you're a member of that community now? Like you know the local parks, like you
hey,
feel
Patrick.
connected.
Good to see you again.
I don't know if I'm like that, mainly because the two parks have ghosted us a little bit, but yeah, I most certainly do.
Shade.
It feels, I mean, I touched on it before, so I don't need to go much more into it, but it feels like I've a total spent like 40 hours in these parks over the last year.
Yeah.
And that makes you feel like we know when they did their burn.
Yeah.
We've seen their ponds and their lakes dry out over the drought in the summer.
Yeah.
Like that was, yeah, most certainly.
And like
we've seen
now,
the beaver dam go up and then go down
and then go back up.
and then go back up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's fun now too, because a lot of them, when I'm walking through it, it's all the thoughts of that's where I saw that Merlin. That's where it was perched. That's where I saw that bird. That's where I saw that bird. And
Yeah.
like most photos I have of like at least my favorite ones, I know I could take you exactly to the spot where I took the photo.
Yeah.
And it's like now I know these parks like the back of my hand.
One of the things when we first got into the birding world, I was super amped by Chad's quote, what the Robin knows about like really just sitting in the area and being a part of that wildlife and a part of that nature, because birds are reactive like that. So you want to become something in there. And for me, when he was talking, when I read What the Robin Knows, it was about like the lessons taught in nature.
Yeah.
Do you think that like over the past year, you've not just grown an appreciation of the parks or in the environments that you're in, but like you've learned something through this challenge?
Yeah, I think so. I think not to not take advantage of the people that work to make these places, like to make wildlife preserves, nature preserves, and the companies that are basically just what do they call them? Like a trust, where it's going to be this property is owned by that trust in perpetuity, and unless something really crazy happens, like this land's going to be for nature and wildlife.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a lot of these places, there's only a few people who are like officially titled among that organization, and the rest are volunteers.
Yeah.
Boy, we have learned that.
Yeah.
The amount of volunteer work that goes into these environments is insane.
Yeah.
Us just to be able to walk through Eagle Marsh or Lindenwood. I mean, there's borderline 5 people for all that.
Yeah, it's wild.
You know?
It's wild.
It is wild. That's good. I guess I wouldn't have. Well, I guess I definitely would say that, especially through the podcast and us talking through the conservationists and scientists and other people that are into this area. But yeah, I guess I wouldn't have said that. That was a good answer, Brad. For me, I think it was like an internal kind of thing that I learned. I know that in the notes you wrote patience, but I think that I would also take that as mine, where it was I went out all the time, and 50% of the time, 50 to 90% of the time, I didn't see anything new, but it was just like going out there and making it a part of my summer routine.
Yeah.
And it was just this connect, just be there.
Yeah.
That's what it ultimately ended up becoming, where it wasn't so much about the birding. I was finding my enjoyment at Eagle Marsh before I was even enjoying the birding part of it.
And you'd find it surprising how, you can just be lost in it and not be that far out of the city.
Yeah.
And we learned that it doesn't take many trees to find a little bit of, nice shade.
Yeah.
And we found that out in Detroit.
Yes, sir.
And it's all over. You just got to kind of seek it out.
Yes, sir.
And do it. Stop talking about it.
I think we're getting near the end, but before we get to the end, Travis, I have in our notes a little rapid fire question section. I believe there's 5 or 6 rapid fire questions. And I thought it'd be fun if Brad and I, to kind of end this year-long challenge to rapid fire this baby.
Are you ready? Are you both ready to rapid fire?
I'm ready to rapid fire, dude.
Yep.
We'll go Brad, Paddy. That's the order.
Okay.
That's the location you went birding.
Charlie's pasture in Port Aransas, Texas.
Oh, yeah. I forgot Brad took a Corpus Christi trip.
Damn, that was awesome.
Patrick, go.
I'm going to Eagle Marsh.
Eagle Marsh. We just talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
One word to describe the whole year.
Fulfilling.
Patience.
Oh, nice. If birds have personalities, which bird was the drama queen?
Belted kingfishers, I think.
Red-winged blackbird.
What makes you say that? I understand yours.
Yeah.
That's just annoying.
Belted kingfishers are always doing their call. Like anytime you get anywhere close to them, they're always doing it.
Yeah.
And then as they're flying away, they'll do it. And then when they land in their new spot, they're still doing it.
Bird that made you work the hardest to find.
Rosette spoonbills when I was at Charlie's pasture in Port Aransas, Texas.
Oh, that's fun, dude.
I know.
I would do the Lincoln Sparrow down at over in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't visualize either bird. So, most annoying bird call, we kind of did that, right?
Red-winged blackbird.
Red-winged
Red-winged
blackbird.
Because they
blackbird.
drown everything out.
I would also throw cardinal into there, only because I feel the same way with the cardinal.
Cardinals being of a robin that
Yeah,
you're close to her nest.
A robin was up there too, because
Yeah.
they make a different calls that kind of sound like other birds.
The
Sometimes
thing is with the cardinal though is when there's a cardinal, it like kicks everything the fuck out of the area.
Don't Blue
So-
Jays do that too?
yeah,
Yeah. So it's just
And they're
like
bigger
if
than
you
I
hear a
thought.
cardinal come, you're like, damn, there goes all the other three bird songs that I
Yeah.
was hearing.
and it's like the cardinal and the blackbird. They never stop either.
Yeah.
They're just continuous, going.
Yeah. Yep.
I have a couple more questions before we go.
Okay. That was the rapid fire section. Good job, Brad.
Thank you. Good
This
job,
is
you too.
also not rapid fire, but short form.
Okay.
Ooh.
Most embarrassing moment when you're birding.
Oh, mine was definitely when I was at the Eagle Watch in Texas and surrounded by birding experts. And there was a hooded oriole that I said, I think I said a pine warbler.
Oh, you fucking
Yeah.
What an idiot, dude. I never had that experience.
And it was like right. It was right. It was
you might have
right.
beaten me, but I don't look like a bigger dick than Brad.
It was right when I got there too. So like right off the bat, all credibility. Because a warbler is pretty, even like if it's a warbler in general, to like birders, that's their beak, like everything about it's like pretty unique.
Yeah.
They're, like identified as a warbler.
Did some old fella put his hand on your shoulder and he's like, you'll get him next time,
It's okay,
son.
kid.
No,
It's
what,
okay,
what
kid.
was the
You'll get
nicest
there.
thing was the guy said, like, oh no, that's actually, or first they were like, are you sure it was a pine warbler? Like, I don't think they're here right now. And then I was
Dipshit.
like, well, I got a photo. Or I think he asked if I got a photo of it, and I showed him. And he goes, oh, no. He's like, that's a hooded oriole, but that's a good photo of it.
Nice, dude. Mine was when Brad yelled at me, or not yelled, but I went out birding with Brad, probably the first time in the early spring, and I was wearing my bright orange Cotopaxi sun shirt. And Brad was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And I was like, what? He goes, dude, bright orange? Like, we're out here trying to blend in, and you're out here like it's a rave in South Beach.
You don't have face paint on, man?
And I'm still fighting against it a little bit, but I do understand it.
Yeah, I jumped up out of the grass in my ghillie suit and was like, dude, bright orange. And Patrick's like, whoa.
No,
We weren't
dude.
even together. He just came across me.
Yeah, that was funny, but I definitely every time I go with Brad, I'm like, dude, I can't wear like 90% of my shit because all my stuff has colors.
But I think in your defense, I think Chad was like, it doesn't matter.
Dude, I'm gonna be me. I'm not gonna be this nerd out there burden.
Yeah.
I wanna be me out there. I'm gonna have a
Safe-
studded
safe.
belt because I'm a little punk.
You have been lost. You have been lost in a forest before.
I have been lost in plenty of forests.
So yeah, he probably should wear bright colors.
Yeah.
So the helicopter can see him.
There's his big ass down there.
Apparently to you guys, they could just track the vibrations from my walk.
Yeah.
I'll just say, find me, helicopter. And they'll hear me from 3 miles away.
Did you guys find any memorable single serving friends while you're out there?
Oh yeah, other photographers I run into all the time. Some of them I still keep in touch with through
Oh.
like social media or whatever. But yeah, other photographers for sure.
I didn't really meet anybody like that, but I definitely, it was fun throughout this year. And we've talked about it once again before, but the amount of people that, because we were being open and honest about our birding adventure, the amount of people that kind of came out of the woodworks that was like, I have Merlin too. My life list is at 50 or 25 or 65, or the amount of people that actually started a life list after we were talking about. Like a lot of our listeners downloaded the Merlin app, or they would send us photos of birds. And hey, just really quick too, if you're listening and you want us, if you've been on this kind of birding adventure with us throughout the year, if you went out and you have some photos, send it to us on Blue Sky or a website or whatever, because I would love to see them. It's fun. We post a lot of Brad's. I don't know, I posted a few of mine, but it's super fun. And I think that it's just an environment to just get out. Get off the couch and see what's going on. But there was a lot of fun things with other people that happened this year.
What's funny is when you come across another photographer, and it's a lot like coming across, I don't know, like if you're at like a Cars and Coffee and people walk up and say, oh, is that the 350 whatever engine? It's the same thing with like photographers. Like, oh, how do you like that? How do you like those mirrorless cameras? And they're like, I still run the old EOS whatever. I don't know much about the old DSLRs, but
it's
usually
Brad.
something like that. They're like, oh, is that the 100 to 400 lens?
I was with Brad when when a gentleman judged Brad for having a mirrorless.
Oh, there was judgment?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah.
There's some judgment going on.
And are they saying, oh, it's a
He was a Marine.
fake light?
It's the new.
The new.
There's going to be people with opinions like, dude, I'm rocking this for 4 years.
Haters gonna hate, man.
Yeah.
I think he had some good points, but also he was friendly at the end of it. He never asked me about my bridge Nikon P530 though. He wasn't interested in that.
Yeah.
Well, so how do you think your birding is gonna evolve throughout this next year?
More. There's a new there's one more lens I want to get, and I think more traveling this year. And I think just going into it knowing, like, I know what to expect
That's
when the migration comes.
Costa
Dude,
Rica.
Like, I know how to look. I know where to find certain types of birds.
That's what I'm saying.
And it really is like yesterday I was out and we were, which is a day, like Paddy said, I didn't see a single thing all day yesterday. I was out.
Yeah.
But we were going along a river and I thought to myself, man, I haven't even seen any woodpeckers or heard any woodpeckers. Then I looked around and we were like in a pine forest. And I was like, oh, well, they're not
That's
here.
why.
It's pine. So like just even paying attention to those kinds of things is cool. Like recognizing you're in a different.
Like the supplementary things you start to learn.
It's pretty
That's what I
cool.
like about when I was talking earlier, just like the pattern of nature throughout the day. The ebb and flow of different bugs and birds, and then the different times of year. And it's just cool to kind of listen to. And you can basically tell what time of day it is depending on what you hear outside.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I'm amped for this year. Like, I'm right where Brad is. I get to take everything that I started off in February learning, and now I'm that much further ahead. Plus a better camera. I'll get a better lens here in the next couple of weeks. And I already have like 4 or 5 vacations that are planned centrally around birding.
Yeah.
We're going to 3 different Chad and I are going to 3 different birding festivals. He's going to 2 and then to Costa Rica. So it's like, yeah, it's just only picked up, dude. Take this challenge to another level.
Yeah.
Brad, you're going to continue your list and you're just going to start over. Or you're just not going to care.
I deleted my list on New Year's Eve day, but it's not because I don't care for sure. It's because I want to take this knowledge in. I want to start at like a clean slate.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things where you always like, if you could play a video game over again from the beginning, but know what you know, if you could be 12 years old right now and know everything you know now, how badass would that be? And that's where I'm at with birding. It's like, because I'm not huge into the photography world, I'm more into this bird list world. It's like, dude, let's start it now. Like I get to do all this over again the way I am now as opposed to then. And I'm psyched about it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Psyched.
Yeah, I probably will try to find a way to keep separate lists, especially like the Costa Rica list or...
Plus, dude, I feel like, and we talked about this earlier, I feel like once you start getting out of the country, that becomes like a different list. Like you add that to your global list, I'm fine with that. But like in terms of your...
What if it's a bird that is seen in the United States, but you see it in another country?
Ooh, that's... Wow, I don't know the answer to that. I feel like the only delineation I would make, and I don't even know what line this would be, would if you go to another country and you're taking birds, like that's a separate list for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, like that big year is only the lower 48.
Yeah.
Like the ABA recognized birds.
Boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to have my master life list and they'll be on that.
Master life list.
Yeah.
Damn, that's cool. Can it be on a scroll?
Ooh.
Like print it all out on a
make that
scroll?
happen.
That'd be awesome.
In big font.
Yeah.
So it's just super long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude.
Ornate.
And then I stamp it with a seal. That's like
I was thinking
my
that
favorite
too,
bird.
bro.
Wax.
Yeah.
Would it what bird would your seal
As
be?
I was saying it, I was trying to think of what it would be. Probably a kingfisher.
I was gonna say kingfisher too. This is how much Brad and I have gotten along so well over this year's challenge.
I would have picked a raven.
Ooh, that's a good one.
From a non-birder. Nerd.
Well, I mean, I think it would behoove Brad to show a little respect to ravens.
Yeah, because he's the only one that's been strategically attacked by a bird.
He's got one curse on the books.
Yup.
I don't know if they have a 3-strike and you're out rule or what.
I don't either. But dudes, congratulations, Brad. You deserve it. I got you a t-shirt. Granted, I bought it for myself and then shrunk it in the dryer and I gave it to you. I also got you a sticker that says, I'd rather be birding, from thebirdcollective.com. Great website, and everything goes to birds conservation.
To that, I say, what do you mean you'd rather be birding? You should always be birding, bro.
Ooh,
ABB, dude, always be birding.
That's a good point.
Congratulations, Brad.
Thank you.
You deserve everything that's coming to you.
I mean, I kind of knew, like, the second day of the competition, Brad was already running away with it. So no surprise there.
Had like 37 on day 2.
That was fun, dude. That was fun.
It was fun.
Yep. All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
Happy Sunday to you all.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep on sauntering.
Bye-bye.
See ya.